Welcome everyone to the 24th Spanish Speaking Knowledge Seekers Workshop. It's Tuesday, June 23rd, 2015, and we'll start the workshop with the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute promotional video, and we'll play that now.
Where does humanity go from here? What have we tried to do? What if there is more? Much more. The Keshe Foundation is proud to announce a new way to bring humanity forward through technology that brings humanity in line with the natural operation of the planet and universe itself. The new science and technology discovered and developed by the nuclear engineer Moran Keshe centers upon the use and control of magnetical gravitational fields. This new body of knowledge opens the road to hundreds of potential applications, which offer solutions to most of the fundamental problems of the world, such as water, food, environmental contamination, and shortages of energy. The Keshe Foundation is proud to unveil the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Nestled amidst the beautiful shores of Bari, Italy, the Institute is poised to become a central hub in the spreading of plasma technology and knowledge. With its state-of-the-art 21st century facilities, the Institute will be able to provide students and staff an immersive way to learn the plasma technology, to be the leaders of the new generation of scientists and plasma engineers. The Keshe Foundation has opened the door to the world for peaceful usage of technology that is independent of the limited resources that are available on Earth. This is an understanding of how everything works together in harmony in our universe, and it applies to everything from the smallest to the biggest, from atoms to galaxies. We all are able to collectively work together in pursuit of knowledge, innovation, and solutions for our society. This learning environment is new to the world, where there will be no test to confirm your understanding. The knowledge of everyone will be respected and allowed to flourish in a nurturing environment. Hands-on testing and experimenting will be widely used in conjunction with roundtable discussions to bring all opinions and knowledge forward. Students will be introduced to a change in the ethos of working in collaboration. Students will experience firsthand how we share knowledge in a free and open manner. Graduating students are expected to share the knowledge they gain from the university within their respective communities and nations. All formal teachings, lectures, and presentations will be in the English language, with technology available for immediate translation. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will be offering 3-year executive master programs for undergraduate degree students and 1-year executive master programs for graduate degree students in the following fields: space transportation, new plasma technology, health, agriculture, materials, energy. The health section is designed to make students able to live in space without the need to return to Earth. To this end, the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute has found processes for many diseases including ALS, cancer, coma, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will offer online teaching courses which will enable anyone, anywhere around the world to enroll and increase their knowledge and understanding. Students will have the opportunity to direct their work towards commercial spin-offs and seek funding through the help of the Keshe Foundation. The access to the new science and new technologies is openly available for peaceful use to the benefit of mankind to make a better world today. Now you can be part of the changing world and the new knowledge. All commercial spin-offs are intended to be open source and patent-free. This is part of the core ethos of the Keshe Foundation and the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will have its official inauguration on April 21st, 2015, with courses commencing soon after, on May 4th, 2015. The students of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute will be the leaders of the future who will make changes in all areas of space technology, science, medicine, agriculture, and energy. Anyone is able to apply, but acceptance is through invitation only. No prerequisites are required. We will be accepting approximately 250 students for the 3-year Executive Master's Program and 120 students for the 1-year Executive Master's Program. We welcome humanities participation in the knowledge of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Where does humanity go from here? That is up to you. Apply today.
Okay, that was the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute promotional video. And now we'll get into the main part of the workshop. And we'll have Mr. Keshe here. There's Mr. Keshe. Are you there, Mr. Keshe? Are you ready for the Spanish speaking workshop? I'm not hearing the audio. Let me see here. I think I have to unmute you. Is that it? Or this one?
Oh, you forgot to mute.
There we go.
I was.
Oops.
Unmute. I can speak. Hello. Good afternoon. Good morning. Good evening.
There we go.
Yes, perfect. Welcome to Spanish speaking workshop. And I'm sure we're going to get more surprises from the Spanish speaking Keshe Foundation. Hello. What do you have for us today? Good afternoon. Good morning. Buenas tardes. By the way, we have our own Spanish team here. If you translate the wrong way, we will know.
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Joseph.
Hi. Well, first of all, I want to apologize. Enrique is on a doctor meeting. He's been visiting the doctor because of health issues. I don't know if Eric is going to join us. Maybe he's on the name of Suhail, but if he's not connected and he's not with us, I'm alone here. Eric, Rick, sorry. I sent you the presentation. Is it the same? You have it?
Yes.
Okay, then that's what we're going to present it. I don't have the live stream because it mixes with the sound, so I didn't put it. But perhaps I'm gonna follow the slides from the make the questions according to the slides I have here in PowerPoint. Good evening, Mr. Keshe. Okay, I'm gonna say it in Spanish. Buenos días o tardes a todos aquellos buscadores de conocimiento que nos siguen a través del live stream. Este es nuestro 24avo workshop en español. Y bueno, pues el día de hoy tenemos algunas preguntas sobre experimentos básicos que hemos venido haciendo y queremos compartirlas con ustedes. En primer lugar, pues queremos recordarles, tenemos nuestras páginas de internet, en nuestras página de correo electrónico donde nos pueden contactar. Next one, please. Okay. Retomando, en los workshops pasados hemos estado hablando sobre tratamiento y limpieza de aguas negras. During the past workshops, we've been speaking about wastewater treatment. I don't know if you remember. So we are looking forward for this little balls of fill it with Gans in order to continue with our experiments. This is only an advance that the quantum products it's going to be selling in the future, immediate future. La siguiente, por favor. Next one, please. Okay. We want to talk about some experiments we've been doing, and it's about crystal Gans. In this slide, you can see that we've been using a normal CO2 kit from Quantum, and after nano-coating the copper plate, we poured water with sea salt and about 16% of a mixture, salt and water, and they allow it to evaporate. This is in the picture you can see what it's been happening, and well, then the next picture, next slide, please. Okay, this is what's been happening. You can see that the crystals are all over the box, and the plates, the zinc and the copper plates. It's been stick. Next picture, please. This is what's been happening. You can see all the crystals being formed, and then the next slide, please. Well, then we proceed to remove these crystals. We have some kind of questions here. Part of the Gans were separated. Next slide, please. And you can see we separated some crystals and dried, and the other ones we poured some diluted water. We diluted them. So we have some questions here. Next slide. First, the first question is, can we use these crystals that you saw as normal CO2 gas?
Yes.
Sorry, okay. Should...
Not as a wet gas, huh?
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing, listening to you clear enough.
Should be used as a dry gas, not a wet gas.
Okay. So they are GANs.
Yeah.
The next question, you can read it. Should then be washed in distilled water before being used, or they can be used as they are dried?
It depends what you want to do with it, because the salt is part of the structure now.
Okay. And And there's another question that Enrique was concerned. Is there a way to make GANs in a greater amounts and faster than with the kits?
Yes, but you got to set up and see what you can do. Depends what weight, what thickness, how much you nano-coated the material. But then there is a limitation.
I'm sorry, I'm hearing you very, very far. I didn't quite get all the. Can you speak a little bit louder or be near to the microphone, because I'm not hearing you good enough.
Yeah, it's a little bit low, Mr. Keshe, somehow.
Can you hear me now?
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll speak very softly. You can do, but more or less it's the same. Don't forget, it depends on what carbon you can extract from the environment of the box. We explained that CO2 how is absorbed. If you can create a continuous flow, yes, you can convert CO2. But there is a percentage and there's so much of the CO2 in a given environment that you can convert. And at the same time, your own gases saturate the water. As I said, you don't see it. By the time you see the Gans of the CO2 at the bottom of the container, it's already flooded on top with different strength. So the limitation is mainly to do with the liquid you carry, and that's it. The field size, if you push the size of the box more than a certain amount, it will not be, because the fields don't reach each other to create the carbon gravitation.
Okay, well, I'm going to translate this. Bueno, nosotros hemos presentado lo que ocurrió cuando se dejó secar el kit de CO2. En las fotografías se fue viendo cómo se cristalizó los Gans de CO2. En las fotografías pasadas se pudieron ver. Y bueno, se le hicieron 3 preguntas básicamente a Mr. Keshe. Estos son GANs cristalizados, se pueden usar de manera normal. Obviamente los GANs secos tienen una función diferente, se utilizan en cuestiones diferentes que los que están húmedos, pero siguen siendo GANs de CO2. La segunda pregunta que se le hizo son que si se deberían lavar con agua destilada. La respuesta es no es necesario. Son GANs cristalizados y tienen un uso. Y la tercera pregunta es que si hay alguna manera de hacer GANs de manera en más cantidad y más rápido. Y la respuesta que nos está dando es un poquito más elaborada. Él dice que sí hay una manera de hacerlo, pero finalmente todo depende de la cantidad de la solución que se está empleando, de agua con la disolución salina. Cuando los GANs empiezan a formarles, porque de alguna u otra manera ya están empezando a saturar los campos o el medio para crearlos. Entonces, la rapidez y la cantidad de GANs dependen del medio, de la cantidad de agua, en este caso, del material de la mezcla de sal con agua destilada que se emplee. Se entiende que entre más grande, entre más cantidad de agua, pues más cantidad de GANs se pueden hacer. Esto es respecto a lo de este experimento. Well, the next slide, it's an incident that happened to Enrique. he accidentally touched the Gans without gloves, and you can see the pictures day 1 and day 2, and what happened to this. The next slide, please. In the 3rd day, you can see normal crystallization of skin. It appears. So in the 10th day, the crystallization progress, it seems to stop. But can there be other consequences? I'm sorry.
No. Depends on sensitivity. I've never seen this before.
Well, this was an accident that happened touching the Gans. So if you haven't seen it, we are sharing to you also. This is what happens when.
System for tattooing, huh?
Sorry.
I said it's a very good system for tattooing. It's permanent. It's a nano-material, never goes away.
Wow.
Tattoo it's a new usage for Gans material.
Well, this was an accident.
Yeah, but at least now we learn a new method color. As long as it's black, tattoo yourself.
Yeah.
Come out. Maybe it was a Gans and it touched it and it converted itself back to the nano state and it stays there. So it's a very nice black tattoo.
Well,
is it possible there's a touching of caustic? Because it almost looks like a caustic burn. I don't think the salt would have done that, but maybe there's something else.
Maybe.
Well, if you go backwards on the slide, you can see that in the first slide it's a very small wound in day 1st. It's not notorious. It's very small, but it's becoming more notorious on day 2, and you can see it on day 3. It's big enough. I don't know if it's caustic sauce, but 10 days, I think it's well, Enrique says that it was touching the CO2 Gans without the gloves by accident. I think it wasn't the caustic sauce, the caustic. It was on the CO2 kit, not trying to nano coat. This was made by this using the CO2 kit, not the nano coating process.
Okay, can we look at the next slide? We put on a warning: do not use for tattoo.
Yeah, I will ask him for next workshop if the wound is still there. Well, this is a
the question number 1 we already explained. The question number 2 says, is it possible to eliminate chemtrails using Gans?
Yeah.
Chemtrails, if you can go to the field, go to the airport and ask them. Actually, if you have a problem anywhere in Europe, in England, it's your right to ask the airport authorities what is in the fuel in which airline, in which, yes, is something to do with Public Freedom Act or something, Information Act. So if you have a problem anywhere in the world and you have a good friend in England, it's your right that through freedom of information, the authorities provide you with what is in a fuel, which is built in your jetliners. And then you take it home, you find out what it is, you analyze it. I promise you won't be able to find out to analyze it. And then you make a magnetic field for it, and you can absorb anything you like if you make the right reactor set to absorb that material. So, in theory, you can make a chemtrail absorber, but each jet engine uses different combination, or slightly maybe different, but most of the fuels are dictated by the manufacturers, and all the chemtrails, you call it chemtrails, to me is a natural normal process of material used. So you have to find out what's the composition, make a gravitational magnetic field in the free space of the reactors, and then you can absorb all of them. But my biggest question to you is, okay, what are you going to do with them once you catch them?
Well,
you're going to do with them? Will you put them in your side pocket, or you trust your child to play with it? The talk is big, but action very little because you can't do much.
Well,
what do you do capturing it? What are you going to do when it's in the sky? And secondly, as a man who's been in the oil industry for a long time, I don't believe in chemtrails because I know what we have to do to satisfy the work. So chemtrails, we add chemicals. You want a cheaper ticket. Which one you like, cheaper ticket or chemtrail? You don't add chemicals to petroleum, your ticket will go up at least $50 to $100 minimum. And secondly, your flight time won't be so efficient, and all other problems with it. I am not a pro oil industry, but I've been in it a long time enough, been in only parts of it, and I know it's you who pushes. On the other hand, the development of the new science dictates new materials, and the only way we can get it through is by new chemicals added to make the lubrication that you lot don't pay 5 or 10,000 more per flight. You decide, stay in your village, don't go anywhere, or develop the space technology very rapidly that you don't create any chemtrails, then you're right. But on the other hand, once we start doing it, say, have you seen how things have changed? They use so much magnetic fields that now my brain is blowing. So what are we going to do with that one? So we cannot satisfy the man, so we ignore the man. Because chemtrails is, I've faced this so many times, I've sat in the board meeting, and we have to decide what we're going to do. We cannot run flights without chemical added with a present space, what they call it, jet engines, is impossibilities. Rolls-Royce spends a fortune developing new systems, and new system efficiency dictates new kind of chemicals added to it. Bottom line. New things means less fuel. Less fuel means cheaper ticket. Like to pay 5,000 ticket, where is 500 now? It's your decision. I promise you, at 5,000 euro per ticket, I will not have a single chemtrail, and I guarantee you it will take you much longer. It's all for efficiency, and it's efficiency of your pocket, not us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can translate.
Okay. Bueno,
Look me up when you finish.
Well, I'm going to translate it. Tenemos en esta lámina algunas preguntas que se están haciendo. Y bueno, la primera pregunta ya ha sido respondida, pero la segunda pregunta sobre ¿es posible eliminar o desactivar las estelas químicas con los Gans? La respuesta que nos está dando es sí, sí es posible. todo depende de los componentes del combustible que utiliza los aviones. La turbocina o el gasavión, que los combustibles que se usan tienen ciertas mezclas y ciertas composiciones que no necesariamente son iguales en los distintos países o aeropuertos. Entonces es importante hacer un análisis sobre cuál es la composición de estos combustibles para poder elaborar los Gans de cada uno de estos materiales o componentes químicos y poder atraparlos. Esto es posible. La pregunta es, ¿qué se va a hacer con el material que ya lograste atrapar, ¿no? ¿Qué uso le vas a dar? Si no es no es práctico, no resuelve no resuelve el problema de raíz. El problema sigue persistiendo, lo único que hace es que lo cambias de lugar y de forma. La propuesta es utilizar motores que pues, no contaminen, que no emitan este tipo de emisiones, chemtrails, o como se le conocen en inglés, o estelas químicas, que son los vapores que emanan las turbinas de los aviones. Y esto pues se logra replanteando pues cómo hacer los motores de propulsión de estos vehículos. Y para ello es necesario dar un enfoque totalmente diferente. La Fundación tiene propuestas en este sentido. Hay ya en desarrollo y en experimentación sistemas para transportar a las personas de un lugar a otro de manera que no contamine. Otra manera también que se puede evitar los chemtrails, pues es dejando de transportarse. Sin embargo, pues esto deja de ser factible para para la humanidad. ¿Por qué? Porque la humanidad necesita estarse moviendo, necesita estar trasladándose de un lugar a otro. Esto ya es pues un estilo y una manera en que vivimos actualmente. Menos es en resumidas cuentas lo que ha estado explicando Mr. Keshe. Rick, I don't know if Eric is connected using the Sohail name. He's in China. Can you put it in speak so in order to ask him if he's Rick?
Okay.
He's Eric.
Salel, your microphone's ready there if someone can comment on that.
Okay. Eric, ¿estás ahí? No. It seems that he didn't make it. I don't know if Rick, if you want to comment in English more about the answer that Mr. Keshe gave us in order to increase participation.
Looking to move a second title after really both ones team, but really come back and show us there for career. But really, Louis, all credit is to be on your own. She did get the
Yeah,
she said AJ. Much better than
I think I better mute them. I don't think that was an answer.
Yeah, well.
I don't think they
understood
what was going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so Was that not a complete answer for you? Do you?
Yes, well, it was. It was a complete answer. I'm
think
sorry. I just I forgot you didn't speak Spanish, so I wanted to compliment what I translated, but sorry, I forgot you didn't speak Spanish.
Okay. I guess
it was in order to complement the translation. Sometimes I miss some things that might be important, and I'm trying to avoid it. That's the reason we are two or three, because we complement what we are translated.
Okay,
But
right.
since I'm alone, so I'm gonna give it as a complete translation, and the answer is it's complete. For me, it's very clear that the answer is yes. It's possible to eliminate chemtrails, but in first instance, it's not necessary to use this kind of motion. So perhaps it's a change in using the technology, and in this scenario, well, the institute, it's been developing some other forms to move people from one place to another, and this form of moving, it's um, not contaminant. It's a clean way to do it. So the answer is
questions in that respect, because I see the questions. There is no way you can do what you're asking for.
I think
have no opportunity to be cleaned up.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I lost.
There is no way you can clean up the chemtrails. It's a cat. When it's out of the bag, you try to get it back in.
Oh, okay. Well, you cannot clean it, but you can avoid to create them. That's.
So you know, I tell you how I'm going to become a bit patriotic. You're going to clean up all the chemtrails and stop it. Build up your reactors, and then you don't need to talk about it. And nobody wants to fly with them. Would you like to go to New York on a donkey when it takes 1 minute, 5 minutes, and no chemtrails? So do it. Build your reactors, and there is no chemtrail. That's your answer. Zero.
Yeah.
They have even to collect them because they're not there to be disposed of.
Yeah. So you only change the problem persists, but it's in a different form, of a different presentation to say it. So there's no way to eliminate, because you only the problem, you only put it in another state. That's your answer.
Yes, but if you don't create it to stop it, you only to change the number to something else.
Completely agree. So the only way.
Can you, if that you agree, can you please be here next week for translation and go home for dinner?
Yeah. Okay.
Knock on the door. We have to.
Yes, we have to end the workshop now.
The premises. Our masters when means move on. We have at 6 o'clock, 6:02. I do apologize, but we have to leave the building.
Okay. Well, that was the last question.
You can speak in the background, but we have to finish the what do you call it? The session.
Yeah. Well, that was the last question actually. So.
Thank you. Thanks for your time, and thanks for showing us a beautiful thing. We'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Bye.
Keshe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Joseph. We have,
No, thank you. Also, Rick, we try to make it as we know that after it's 6 o'clock in Europe, right?
that's right.
18 hours. So we know we are the last ones, and there's a rush to turn off the lights and go dinner. So we try to make it real compact, the workshops
Yep.
for this hour.
That's right. Thanks for
we
pushing
are aware
through.
of that. So
Yeah, thanks for pushing through quickly on that. That was good. You got the answers fairly readily there. That worked out good.
Okay.
Okay, so is there anything else you need to add or translate before we end?
Yeah, well, only we would like to confirm the hour of the next workshop. We know it's on Tuesday, but it's going to be 3 hours earlier than today's. Is it?
Yes, I believe so. For next week, we'll do the kids workshop and the Spanish, and even though it's it's the fifth Tuesday of the month, which we haven't really designated yet because we have the first and third and the second and fourth for the kids and the Chinese, but I believe that'll be the case for next week. Yes, it'll be at the time is it 2 p.m. time, Central European time, which is what was it, 7 o'clock your time?
7 o'clock. Yeah, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So I'm going to translate that. So
okay.
If there's a change in the schedule, I'll appreciate it if you let us know through the email.
Mm-hmm.
You have our emails, but we are going to leave it like 7 o'clock Mexico City time. El próximo workshop es al próximo martes a las 7 de la mañana, tiempo del Distrito Federal de la Ciudad de México. Y pues este sería todo por este workshop del día de hoy. I think it's all, Rick.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Joseph. And thanks to everybody else on the GoToWebinar and for other listeners around the world. And that ends the 24th Spanish-speaking Knowledge Seekers Workshop for Tuesday, June 23rd. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Gracias a todos.